Hello and welcome. I'm Captain Mike Bland, the Commanding Officer of Media Relations Division with the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in 77th Street Division in the city of Los Angeles on November 20th, 2025 at around 1:30 p.m. You are about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to the case so you can have a better understanding of what occurred, based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view countless hours of video footage, and analyze a considerable amount of forensic evidence. We are still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. A word of caution. The images and information you are about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. As such, viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers. 77th Street Division patrol officers responded to a radio call for an assault with a deadly weapon suspect there now near the 2100 block of West 76th Street. The caller reported that the suspect was armed with a firearm and had pointed it at family members. The suspect was described as a male black, 55 years old, wearing a dark blue shirt, black pants, and possibly under the influence of narcotics. Here are the 911 calls and corresponding radio broadcasts.
LA City 911, operator 884.
Yes, I'd like to have a complaint, domestic, across the street, my neighbors.
What's the address?
Oh my God. I'm 21. Address is 21 West 76th Street.
One moment. Okay, sir, what's going on there?
The guy, I guess the guy in the house is waving the gun at his mom.
Did you see the gun?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and the guy's black or Hispanic or Asian?
Black.
About how old does he appear to be? 20s, 30s, 40s?
Like he's like late 50s.
Do you happen to know his name?
All I know is Tony.
Okay. And do you know what color? Do you know what color shirt or pants he's wearing?
No. Black. Maybe he wearing all black.
Okay. Do you happen to know if he's under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
He might be.
And how did you get this information?
I'm calling for a neighbor. So I'm calling for the neighbor that's in the house.
Did she call you?
Yes.
Has he hit her? Is she injured?
Nah, she just told me he's waving the gun at his mom and stuff, got pointing at her and stuff like that.
Okay, give me one moment. You're not going to hear my voice, but let me go ahead and get officers on their way, okay? And did the lady call you, or did somebody else in the house call you?
Somebody else in the house called me. But it looked like they getting in the car and leaving. They could guess to get away from them.
377th unit, possible to leave suspect there now. 21 West 76th Street, 21 West 76th Street, inside location, suspect male black, late 50s, possibly wearing all black colored clothing, waving a gun at family. Code 3, incident 2304, and RD 1253, standby for additional. Okay, and who was leaving the house?
The mother and her granddaughter. Yeah, they just took off. So I don't know who good this is gonna do now. So I guess he's just in the house. They're just getting away from him.
Okay. And do you know who else is in the house with him, or was that it?
That was it.
Okay. Do you have a phone number for the person who called you?
Yes, hold on. Hello?
Yes.
It's,
Uh-huh. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to...
That's okay. And who is this person?
Yes.
Who is this person?
Her name
Okay. And is that the mother to the guy with the gun?
that's the granddaughter. That's what
Oh. Hi, is this?
This is she.
Hi, ma'am. This is LAPD. I'm operator 884. I just got a call from your neighbor.
Uh-huh.
Are you still at that house?
I left. Me and my grandmother, we left.
And who is that person that was who had the gun?
It's my grandmother's son, my stepdad.
Okay. And do you remember what color shirt and pants he was wearing?
I think black shirt, black pants, or blue shirt, dark blue shirt, black pants.
Okay. And was he under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
Probably drugs, yes.
Okay. What's his name?
His name is Anthony.
And did he hit you guys? Are you guys injured?
No, he just pointed a gun at us and said he was going to blow our heads off today.
And how old is Anthony?
54. 55.
55 years. Okay. But you guys are safe now, correct?
We left from there, yes.
Does Anthony live there?
Yes.
Okay.
What was the suspect?
Give me one moment. 77 units and 12A15 addition. You're possible ideally suspect there now. 21 West 76th Street. Upon call back to the granddaughter inside of the residence, the suspect is a male black, 55 years, wearing a dark blue shirt, black pants, possibly under the influence of narcotics, pointed a handgun at them. The suspect is still inside of the residence, and the victim left the location. Addition on incident 2304.
Area 3, I think I located the house. Looks like that possible suspect might be outside of the driveway. I'll keep eyes on him while the primary meets with the PR. Area 3 has possible suspect outside in the driveway, 21 West 76. And Area 3, just be advised, he's dancing around, making lots of, you know what? He has a gun in his hand.
And I'm so sorry, ma'am. Your name is correct?
It is,
yes. Suspect with a gun in his hand. Dancing around.
Do you happen
to
know
in the driveway in front of his residence.
What kind of drug that is that he uses?
Black,
I believe that it's Sherm.
Got glasses on, black shirt, black pants.
Area 3 has suspect in front of driveway, male black, bald head, black shirt, black pants.
Yeah, it does, it looks like it got hard to tell from our vantage point. Looks pretty clear like it's a gun, and he looks like he's firing at us right now. I just pointed out if you got it fired at us, let's make it a call.
Only emergency.
15, give me a back,
okay.
Now with a gun.
Area 3.
Hi, I live at 21 West 76th Street, and there's a man across the street about 4 houses down who is actively shooting a gun
What's
in the air.
4 houses down which way, though? Towards Cimarron or away from Cimarron?
Towards Cimarron.
Okay. He's shooting in the air, he's not shooting at anybody?
He's shooting at the police helicopter.
Is he on
He's fired.
Is he on the same side of the street as you or no?
No, on the opposite side. I guess he's at like 21, maybe.
Okay. What is he have that he's shooting? Is it a pistol? Is it a rifle?
No, like it looks like a pistol or a Glock, something like that. He's in all black, white socks and black slides.
So 1 moment.
He's yelling.
Is he white, black, Hispanic, or Asian?
Black. I guess he's like 45, maybe. Bald.
Okay, hold on one second. And he's shooting at the helicopter?
Yes, sir. He shot about, I guess, 6 or 7. He let off 6 or 7 shots.
That suspect was later identified as Anthony Whitsey. Prior to 77th Street patrol units arriving, an air unit arrived overhead and located Whitsey armed with a handgun in the front yard of his residence. While the air unit maintained its orbit overhead, the tactical flight officer on board saw Whitsey point and repeatedly fire his handgun up toward him.
Oh shit. This nigga's shooting at the fucking helicopter. Oh shit.
The tactical flight officer then requested the help of patrol units. Upon the arrival of responding units, the air unit directed them to Whitsey, who was still armed with a handgun and still located in the front yard. The officers made contact with Whitsey and began giving him repeated verbal commands to drop the handgun. However, he did not comply, and an officer-involved shooting occurred. A portion of this incident was captured on the responding officer's body-worn video. Body-worn video cameras are used by most officers assigned to field duties. They are worn at chest level and capture a general perspective within line of sight from that angle. The angle of the camera prohibits viewers from seeing everything the officer saw and experienced. Upon activation, both audio and video will turn on. However, body-worn video cameras have a buffer of video without audio from the previous 2 minutes prior to activation. This feature is designed to capture incidents that occur suddenly where an officer doesn't immediately activate the camera. Here is body-worn video from the officers involved in this incident.
Hey, let me see your ass! Let me see your fucking ass! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
76th Street, shots fired.
Hey, get on the ground!
Looks like he was firing in our direction.
Get on the ground, man!
Now standing in the driveway.
Get on the ground! Hey, he has a gun in his hand.
Yeah. Responding units respond.
Put the gun down!
From 76 and River.
Hey, put the gun down! Put the gun down!
I was responding to the help call.
Drop the gun!
76 and Silveron. Suspect behind the gold center.
Hey, drop the gun, man! Drop the gun!
All units respond westbound.
Put the gun down, man! Put the gun down! Put the gun down!
Respond westbound 76 from Gramercy. Westbound 76 from Gramercy.
He has it in his right hand, Marvin.
Yeah, I see it. All night, you have all units coming up.
Put the gun down! Drop it!
He's responding to help call.
Hey, man! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Shots fired, shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Looks like he just dropped the handgun right next to us.
Keep getting on commands, bro.
Handgun's currently on the ground next to me. He's making lots of gestures possibly under that blood.
Whitsey was not struck by gunfire, but dropped the handgun onto the ground, then continued to not comply and retreated inside his residence. After additional units arrived at scene, Whitsey exited his residence and returned to the front yard. The officers warned Whitsey that his continued noncompliance would result in the use of less lethal force, which would cause bodily injury. Moments later, officers discharged multiple 40mm less lethal launcher foam projectile rounds at Whitsey. One foam projectile round struck Whitsey, who then retreated inside his residence once again and refused to surrender. The 40mm less lethal launcher device fires a foam projectile round. The round strikes the person's body and is intended to cause pain. While there may be bruising, it is designed to distribute energy over a broad surface area and not penetrate the body. The primary target for this less lethal device is the navel or belt line.
Hey, 40 stand by!
Hey, 40 stand by!
40 stand by! '40 standby! Yeah, pop one, yeah. 40 standby!
40 only! 40 only! 40 standby!
Hey, 40 up! 40 standby! 40 standby! 40 standby!
The officers then recovered the handgun Witsy dropped in the front yard. After multiple failed attempts to successfully get Witsy to exit and peacefully surrender, notifications were made to Metropolitan Division Special Weapons and Tactics, also known as SWAT, as well as Metropolitan Division K-9, who responded and began formulating a plan to resolve the situation. A short time after their arrival, a crisis negotiation team attempted to establish communication with Witsy. However, he continued to not comply. After approximately 3.5 hours of failed attempts to gain voluntary compliance from Witsy, he exited his residence but remained at the front door. The K-9 officers then deployed the dog, which resulted in a subsequent K-9 bite. Here is additional body-worn video from one of the officers involved in the incident. Witsy was subsequently taken into custody without further incident. After being taken into custody, the officers discovered that Witsy had not been struck by gunfire, but had sustained visible injuries as a result of the canine contact. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics responded and transported Witsy to a local hospital to be treated for the wounds he sustained as a result of the 40mm foam projectile round strike and the canine contact. Investigators recovered Witsy's 9mm Smith & Wesson semi-automatic pistol from the officers at scene and booked it as evidence. On November 21, 2025, Witsy was medically cleared for booking and was arrested for assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. On November 25, 2025, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office filed the following charges against Witsy: 4 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with semi-automatic firearm on a peace officer, 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with semi-automatic firearm, and 1 count of felon in possession of a firearm. Anthony Witsy is a 54-year-old resident of Los Angeles. In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. We will continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests as new evidence is found. After the investigation is complete, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. The board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing and exhibiting a weapon, and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. Additionally, the Office of the Inspector General will conduct a parallel and independent review of the investigation and will provide its recommendations to the board. If you would like more information on how the LAPD investigates all serious use of force incidents, I encourage you to visit lapdonline.org, where you can find the LAPD's use of force policy and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this critical incident community briefing.